This is Davidian of Raquel and Davidian, and here are my 2 cents concerning getting started with human design. One of the first things that happens when you experiment with human design is that you become aware of your own bullshit. You see how you've been getting in your own way and why you've been experiencing resistance or pushback in your life instead of things flowing more easily. You discover your vulnerabilities and see how you're influenced by the world around you, but also where you're solid, sovereign, and influencing the world around you. When you learn to recognize what's yours and what's coming from another, this vulnerability actually becomes a strength and can be the source of great psychic awareness. And with varying degrees of accuracy, which varies person to person based on how you're designed, intuiting or sense feeling what is arising in the other person. This learning to recognize what's you and what's not you takes time, practice, and diligence. Not to mention greater familiarity with your chart and learning exactly what attributes of psychic material you're privy to and what you're not, as well as if and how you're coloring, flavoring, or tainting that absorbed information based on which gates, if at all, lie dormant in your undefined centers. It requires a period of deconditioning, allowing your body to process and sort out the stuck energies that are not yours, but has been adopted and raised as your own. And this is how our mind gets its voice. It narrates from these places in us that receive external energies that are not us. So when you follow your particular prescribed strategy and authority protocol, instead of just blindly following whatever gets served up in your head as an action to take, what happens in essence is a changing of the guard. Your mind is no longer the boss calling the shots or captain of your ship. It's been demoted to serve as your first mate. The captain of your ship is now your inner authority, and the sail of your ship, to continue the metaphor, is your aura strategy. Diligently following your strategy and authority, which is the most important first level to master, and being ever mindful of your undefined centers and their influence, leads to a profound life recalibration. Yes, there is much more to be discovered in the system, many more answers about your particular gifts and superpowers. But the caveat here is guarding against too much too soon, because the mind fixates on learning more and more. And the thing is, you knowing more and more does not translate into you being more and more in your body. Quite the opposite, really. The object is not to become an expert on the topic of human design and remain a novice in living it. That's not going to change your life. So be on guard that it can just become a new way for your mind to remain relevant and capture you. Human design can become quite a minefield, resulting in less time aligning to your body, which is where the magic of transforming your life resides. I recognize in myself just how much this intel lit me up. It created a hungry ghost in me to want to learn more and more, and it really takes a lot of discipline and willpower to pour cold water on the fire of your own curiosity. Reading your own life's instruction manual is super addictive. And it's so flippin' jaw-dropping incredible that you want to know more and more and more. But even though you think you will get to a point where you'll figure it all out, you won't. That is, your mind will not figure it out, even though it thinks it will. The system creates a tickle in your mind that your mind thinks it can scratch with more knowledge. It can't. But that pursuit keeps you from living it. At least until you've established a strong foundation. Learning it pauses living it. So I caution you to keep your eye on the prize. Your transformation requires staying connected to your body, less time in mind, satisfying your never-ending curiosity, and more time in your body. I guess you can distill it down to this. What's your goal? To be the smartest caterpillar or transform your entire life? Earnestly removing that which is no longer in tune, if it ever was, with your design, and reorienting towards the things that are. The latter requires you to significantly shed the dead weight of who you think you are and what you're here to be, do, and share. Your mind loves human design as long as it stays in charge, leading you on goose chases, seeking more and more information and novelty. Following your strategy and authority is simple, but it's not easy. At first, you may have the experience of taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. As you practice becoming more and more conscious of where you're most likely to become unconscious, from which of your undefined centers, there's a learning curve. But when you're anchored in your body and broadcasting on frequency from your unique coordinates, your unique radio station, you attract the right relationships, the right tribe, the right opportunities, the right timing, the right everything. And when you're slipping and sliding in your mind and broadcasting static, well, how long would you like to listen to that? And once you recognize it in yourself, you can stop yourself mid-sentence and go, wait, I better shut up. Or I better leave this environment. Or I better not engage with this person. Or I better not accept this invitation. Or I better not whatever. The intention of human design is not for you to have a better personality or a better self. And in that vein or frame, it has facets in common with non-duality. When you follow your design, the thinking you is outside of the action. It's not about you getting better as you are now. It's about being guided by an entirely different aspect of you and having a much deeper understanding of where you're getting in your own way and stopping doing that. That's some superhero level bullet dodging future headache drama prevention right there. Once you have a kung fu grip on the basics, go ahead and take another bite, but really chew what's in your mouth before you swallow and take another bite. This is an amazing tool allowing you to clearly observe yourself behind the curtain of your unconscious mind, seeing your tics and your talents and anchoring to your truth. Experiment. At least that's my 2 cents. Good luck.